Something I've noticed we've been saying lately, we've been talking and we talk about our life from the motorhome onward.
Yeah.
I pointed this out to you. I don't know if you notice it.
I've noticed you pointed it out to me.
Hey! So it was just Raddy was looking at me and it was like, hi. Hi, I'm Vanessa Henry and I'm a 6'2 manifester.
I'm Derek Henry and I'm a 6'2 generator.
And this is our show, On the Roof.
Toma.
Lately, I've noticed that when we talk about our life, we talk about it from when we were in the motorhome onward. And I sort of feel like, I mentioned to you that like 6'2s have 3 life phases. The middle life phase is called On the Roof, where you're slightly emotionally disconnected from things. You're basically healing from the trauma that happened from your life 0 to 30. And I just feel like our time in the motorhome is probably what initiated us climbing on the roof, clawing our way up on the roof. Because you're a little bit older than me. How old are you? 33? How old are you? Oh my God. 34?
I don't know.
We'll keep it a secret. When we were traveling in the motorhome, on our very first leg, we had friends come and visit us and spend their first night with us. And they were sharing with us how many obstacles and challenges there are when you're a same-sex couple trying to have kids. And we kind of talked about this our entire travels.
Yeah.
The whole time we were living there.
Kept revisiting it.
There was a lot I didn't know about the challenges when you're trying to have a child. There's certain like legislations and just a bunch of hoops to jump through. It just didn't sit right with me. So we talked about Derek being a sperm donor. We did that. What were some of the pros?
I mean, giving a gift to our best friends.
Who are already our family. Like these are people who are already like auntie to our child.
Being able to help them. Really?
Yeah, I really felt like, what greater gift could you give to somebody?
Yeah, the cost is outrageous.
The cost is outrageous. We were legal about it, of course. Like we went to the lawyers, we signed all those papers, did all the things we had to do. What did you do? How did you give them your sperm? What was this? Set the scene for us.
Me and Hoxley would load up in the car, we'd go over to their place. Be a beautiful charcuterie board or something.
Love a meat and cheese board.
And then I would just slink away to the bedroom and go jerk off in a cup.
I was like down there like, oh, you want to watch The Grinch?
It's easy for me.
So so yeah. So you just hold your little sorry. No, I mean you hold your robust, girthy cocaine. You hold your penis and you directly into this little petri dish, essentially.
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Like I never once went up with him because like our child was like there and we were with our friends and we were all just like downstairs snacking and just was like, this is lovely. I was there purely for comedic relief. There was no point in me being there, but felt like I had to be there. Never went up to like help him because he doesn't need help. Let's be clear. And so then he would come downstairs and hand this little dish. It was called the Mosey kit. I think. Yeah? We'll confirm.
Right.
We'll confirm. And he would hand it to our friends and then they would have to like basically turkey baster it, insert it. So what were some of the cons?
Just like possible emotional attachment, I guess was the biggest one.
That was the one we talked about probably the most because you just don't know how you're going to feel about something you've never experienced before.
Yeah. Still don't.
Still don't know.
We'll see when the baby arrives.
We'll see when the baby arrives. And how do we talk to Hoxley about it? Scene. I just finished, I'm not even done chemotherapy, okay? I'm having chemotherapy, I'm 16. Doctors come in and say to me, you're not gonna be able to have children. I'm 16 and I'm basically like, okay, your best chance would be to have kids right away when you're young. It's gonna get significantly harder for you. And I remember looking at my mom and being like, well, like I'm 16. Wait, am I gonna go? I haven't even had sex yet at this point, okay? Like I was really preparing myself to not have kids. Mm-hmm. And I was very okay with that because I was just happy to be alive. So then we start dating. You know this about me, but we get pregnant and it's a surprise because I'm not supposed to be able to. So it's like, miracle baby. We weren't gonna have any kids and we had one kid. We talked about right away we would do this once. We weren't gonna be offering numerous sperm. Because I'm not comfortable with somebody having more children with you than I do. I mean, if we don't last and you go have another life and you have kids with someone else, I get it, because it's like,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying?
Completely different scenario.
Completely different scenario. So we right away had lots of conversations with Hawksley. So like here's what I say to Hawksley. Like we tell him Dad's a sperm donor. He doesn't know what that means. But it'll clue in kind of as he matures, and he'll remember going there and kind of being in the environment when we were doing that. Do you know what he said to me the other day? He was like, I want to have kids someday, but I don't have the right kind of sperm. And I was like, what? And he's like, well, I don't have the sperm like you. I can't grow the baby inside me. So he's very confused. I'll talk to him. We've been very honest with our child through the whole process, because essentially he'll have a biological sibling, but they won't be raised as siblings. He thinks he's having a cousin, and he's very excited about that. So it's something that we'll have to continuously talk about, I think, as he matures. Have you talked to him about it at all?
When he asks.
What does he ask you?
I don't know.
Do you realize how hard you are to talk to?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, hey, how are you? Good. What are you doing? I don't know. What do you like about this?
Well, I don't know specifics. No events happened. Just know the specifics of the events.
Okay, this is because you have a right brain.
Uh-huh.
So you take everything in, but you miss like details. Whereas I have a focused brain, so I pick up details, but I miss so much. So we had to tell our families that we were doing this. So how did that go for you when you told all your sisters?
They were a lot more emotional than me, that's for sure. Like a little sad that they won't get to meet the baby, I guess.
Or have a relationship with the baby?
Have a relationship with the baby, yeah.
But like, let's be real. You could have other babies out there. You were like, I'm sure you fucking in other ladies in your life.
Never.
Well, like you did. Like realistically, I'm sure it's not whatever, but you could. Isn't that kind of weird that like you could have a baby out there because you came too soon and it's now inside someone's vagina, and then it grew and became a baby, and now that child's alive. But yeah, I mean, your sisters were sad, but you could have other kids that they don't know anyway. That's my point that I'm getting to. My family was like, cool. Something that Derek hasn't mentioned and he talked about a lot was how I would feel about it.
Yeah.
What were you concerned with?
How you were gonna feel about it.
I had no idea how I was gonna feel. Still don't know once the baby was born. And that seemed to cause a lot of stress, worry, anxiety for you, dealing with me. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
I really just
You're more emotional than me, so it's a worry.
Just because I express a normal amount of human emotion.
Right.
And it still feels right in my heart.
Feels right in my heart.
We both have defined hearts. Do you know what that means?
No. You gonna tell me?
You don't care.
Okay.
Do you care?
Yeah, curious.
Oh. Okay. When you have a defined heart, the heart in human design isn't your emotions. That's your emotional solar plexus. In human design, the heart is your willpower, your conviction. Don't like when things are disrespectful. Really have a sense of the worth of things, the value in things. 2/3 of the planet has an undefined heart center. They don't have access to willpower. They don't know the worth of things. They're always trying to prove themselves. So sometimes when people have two defined hearts, they crash into each other and they...
We both have that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so does Hawksley.
Oh,
That is not common. Our whole family has defined hearts.
starting to sound familiar. I missed half the explanation of define.
I know. You know what? I really notice that I'll be talking and you'll look away and I know you're not listening to me.
Yeah.
And it kind of... It doesn't make me feel good.
I'm sorry.
You say I'm sorry to me a lot, but you don't make any adjustments. Like you're like, I'm sorry, but it's kind of empty because you don't change your activity to show me that you're actually apologetic. So you just keep doing the shitty things and then you're like, sorry, and that's more hurtful.
Okay.
And you don't give me anything to let me know if like what I said was received.
I said okay.
But
Been received.
You know when you're texting someone and they're like, "K,"
Yeah.
it's so insulting.
I don't really find it insulting.
Okay, well I do. You just don't budge on things. I really feel like I'm telling your story.
Thank you. I'm not a storyteller.
This couch is still bothering you?
Yeah.
Just like sit on the tip. I added pillows. Like where I found this whole story to be extremely beautiful was when Derek started talking to a guy friend who was in a similar situation, had his own auntie and auntie close relationship with friends. He and his wife were considering him being a sperm donor, and he reached out to you and talked to you about that.
Yeah.
When you shared that with me, It's the best you've ever communicated, I think.
This wasn't with you.
And it wasn't with me. But he knew it was the best he communicated because he wanted me to read the texts.
Got a big ego.
You were proud of that exchange.
Yeah, I was proud of it.
It was so
Spoke.
beautiful. It was so beautiful.
I'm good through text. Good time to think about it.
That's true. Sometimes we fight and we just separate and then we just text about it because he has a chance to like slowly respond where I'm like, so he was talking to his friend, he's saying all these beautiful things. And what was really impactful for me were these two men sharing about this very serious, very beautiful thing in this heartfelt way, being very vulnerable with each other. And I just had never witnessed or experienced two cis men connecting that way.
We can.
In our close relationships, people know Derek's a sperm donor. It's not a secret. We don't think it has to be a secret. There's nothing secretive about it. I hate secrets. So this person reached out to Derek and was like, I know that you did this. You were a sperm donor. Can I ask you a few questions about it? And you guys just opened up and had this beautiful conversation, and it was really moving. Like when you were explaining to him what you didn't know, how you felt, what the process was, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I was very attracted to you.
Oh, wow.
When you were communicating.
After this.
I gotta be at Hawksley. We realized there were other people who were thinking about this. They just needed to see it in action, because sometimes we can't step into realities that we've never seen someone else do. We can't even fathom that there could be another way to live, another option in life if we don't see it. Some people just need to see it before they can actually do it. My heart's in it.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
We really always connect on morals. Like, we're so different, but you have the exact same morals as me.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a 6'2" thing or a defined heart 6'2" thing.
6'2" for
Or
sure.
just being in love.
Toma.